Listen, I appreciate you coming through. I think one thing that's awesome with this new show that Twitch has been putting together is that we really get like an inside look on everybody. And I was telling him I was watching a lot of your podcast content. Seems so natural. Seems like you really enjoy talking to the audience, the fans. And then I heard you saying like, oh, I was at a race and people were coming up to me saying, hey, when's your next episode? Have you been getting a lot of traction and love with your show?
Yeah, I have. So I started it with my social media company, Converge Media. My good friend Shane Doyle, he kind of helps me with that side of things, and we kind of came together on a idea for a podcast that there wasn't really another current racer that was doing one. Yep. So I thought it would be, like you said, I love to talk and down to share my knowledge when I can. So we started doing it about a year ago, and we've been trying to be a little more consistent with it. But with racing, obviously in my transition now and retiring from racing, it hasn't been perfect. It's not like we knock them out every week, but it's something that I have a lot of fun doing. And yeah, it's always been kind of easy for me to talk, I guess.
Yeah, I think you've been talking in front of a camera your whole life, so you're pretty used to it,
Yeah, exactly. So no, it's the big thing for me is I always want to bring like something unique to the table, like a different perspective. There's a lot of really good moto podcasts out there, and my thing is I want to be, whoever I have on the show, whatever. We did one with Chase Sexton, which was kind of our most popular one.
Yeah.
I just want it to be more of a relaxed atmosphere and kind of get the side of people that people don't get to see often.
That's what I like, that you guys are just chilling on the couch, just hanging out, just talking like friends. And I feel like those are like the best podcasts. It's just like you said, you're in a relaxed environment and you can just chill and be yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And it's same thing. My hope is to go into commentating, and it's kind of the same thing when you get those opportunities. You feel like you have to be this professional, kind of clean cut, whatever, but people just want to see you. You know, that's the biggest draw.
Same like Stu. Like he was like when he quit riding, you didn't see him, and then when he came back, everyone was like, "Oh my god!" And like you actually get to see. I feel like when you guys are like racing, it's like so like you have your schedule. You're waking up, you're warming up, then you're going to the track, then you're going to the gym, then you're this, then you're that. It's like people don't really get to see your guys' personalities. Like before I started hanging out with you and golfing with you, like I always knew like you were fun to be around and cool, but like once I like got to know you, I'm like, dude, Adam's like cool as hell. He's like one of my boys, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's like a normal dude where people would never expect us to be hanging out like golfing together.
Right.
You know? Like,
yeah, totally. I think the sport has come a long way, our sport, in the last, 5 years or so, in terms of, I think people have given themselves permission to be themselves a little bit more. But there's certainly around the kind of the Dungey era, Carmichael, all these guys, Villapoto, kind of just Terminators, like robots almost. They were so consistent, and obviously racing is the focus, winning is the focus. And there wasn't so much personality with it. And I think a lot of young guys looking up to that. I think Tomac is another one. You could kind of say the same thing. You almost feel like you have to mold yourself, after those guys. You kind of got to be them in a way. You got to be more robotic like that. And
those are the dudes winning everything.
Exactly.
Those are the dudes like getting the rides.
And even when I started, I started to vlog, started doing YouTube stuff in like 2017 or something. I remember I caught a lot of flack for it. Because if you're not winning, they're like, oh, well, you have time to do this or that. And I think we've come a long way in terms of, there's a lot of really good personalities in the sport now. And I think it's all about just being yourself. There's a lot of ways, just like golf, man, there's a lot of ways to put the ball in the hole. And it's the same thing with getting to the top of the sport. You can be yourself and still do it.